I just learned how to make these personalised beach pouches, and I'm going to try and explain how to do it in the simplest way possible. So first you want to embroider your monogram right in the centre of the fabric. I downloaded these letters for free and traced them and stitched straight onto the fabric. Okay, this next bit goes in a very specific order, so try and listen carefully. You want your fabric with your monogram on face up. You want to put your zip face down and line up the top of the zip with the top of the fabric. Then on top of that, you want to put your lining fabric, okay? So fabric face up, zip face down, lining fabric. Then you are going to do exactly the same thing for the other side. So your fabric face up, zip face down, lining on top. Line it all up with the zip at the top and don't stitch all the way to the end. Then you can do your top stitch again to make it really neat. Now you're going to put your fabric face together and your linings together and stitch along the bottom. In the lining fabric, you don't stitch all the way across. You stitch a short amount in from the left and a short amount in from the right, leaving a gap in the middle. This is where you're going to turn your pouch inside out at the end. Once you stitch the bottom, you want to kind of fold that in half. So the bottom stitch should be touching the zip, if that makes sense. And then you're going to stitch along the side and do that on the fabric and the lining fabric. Okay, then you want to measure a square on each corner of fabric. And then you're going to cut out all of those squares, and then you're going to put those two edges together, like you can see here, and then stitch along that line, and do that for every corner. Now you can go in with your scissors and trim off any excess you have, and then this is the really fun bit. You're going to find that hole that you had left in the lining fabric and slowly pull everything through that. Once your lining is the right way around, then you can turn it inside out again and have your fabric facing out. And that is how you do it. And then what you do want to do as well is just hand stitch or top stitch up that little hole that you left in the lining fabric so nothing falls through. And that's it. It's actually a really fun project.